Year 1924. Having arrived at Rishikesh, Swami Tyagananda withdrew himself to a quiet, beautiful mutt 2 miles away called Brahmananda Ashram. Winter was now approaching. Swamiji was unwavering in his principle of surviving on the barest of necessities. 1 meal a day, just 1 extra robe, and a kamandalu. That's all he had. He faced a problem. For long, he was used to eating just once a day, but the food was to his tastes: rice, vegetable curry, and curd. Now, his daily diet was chapatis made from wheat flour, which his body just could not digest well. He grew thinner and weaker. The biting cold, with the lack of any protection, made conditions terrible for him. Our natural instinct would be to alter circumstances. Thereby, we start chasing an elusive ideal. But not Swamiji. He reasoned. Tapas means turning pain into pleasure. So why should one seek to remove pain? He simply put up with all his discomforts patiently and cheerfully. This was all a necessary part of his tapasya. He quickly set up a timetable which he followed relentlessly. In the benumbing cold, with his weak body shivering, he started the day early with a bath in the frigid Ganga. At a nearby library dedicated to Swami Sri Ramatirtha, he plunged into reading. He exhausted all spiritual volumes written in Sanskrit, English, or Hindi, including books on Buddhism, Christianity, and Islam. Being an ardent lover of nature, and partly for physical exercise, he included long solitary walks into his daily routine. The Himalayan splendor had a magnetic attraction on him. To best understand Swamiji's love of nature, let us peek a few years ahead and see what his disciple Swami Chinmayananda had to say. As I walked with him along the way, he would stop and point out the majestic scenery. "Look at those clouds, Chinmaya. So beautiful is all of nature," he would exclaim. During our trips between Rishikesh, Uttarkashi, and Gangotri, Swamiji would often abruptly stop in the trail, alert and thrilled, tensed and silent. I watched him, lost in wonder at the snowy peaks, aghast at the thundering laughter of the Ganga. Even a bird fluttering across the path was sufficient to transform Swamiji into a visible rapture. At these times, he would stand still, bathed in a vivid glow of joy, whispering silently his homage to the Creator. As summer arrived in Rishikesh, Swamiji longed to visit the Himalayan highlands and wanted to practice spiritual discipline in those lovely, peaceful solitudes. He decided to travel by foot to the holy temples in Uttarkashi, Gangotri, Jamunotri, Kedar, and Badri. But he knew the difficulties ahead. He did not know the regional languages. He was unskilled in the art of procuring bhiksha. He lacked any money. His health was not in the best condition, and the journey ahead was long, difficult, and risky. But none of this affected Swamiji, who by now had totally surrendered himself to the Lord. He did not alter his decision. And once again, the Lord was there for him. Sri Raghavacharya, a close friend, presented him with a small sum of money and forced him to accept it. He also helped him secure various facilities for travel and stay. Swamiji set out for Uttarkashi. He would spend the rest of his life traveling throughout the Himalayan region. Swamiji's beautiful experiences are described by himself in the book titled Himagiri Vihar, or wandering in the Himalayas. His first stop, Uttarkashi, captivated Swamiji's sensitive mind so much that from his poetic pen would flow the famous Saumyakashi Stotram. Writing about this place, Swamiji says, "Into that holy presence of Lord Vishwanatha, Uttarkashi or Saumyakashi, I came for the first time in April 1924. The Himalayas seemed to welcome me, a newcomer to his home, with peals of thunder and showers of hail and ice. I was overjoyed to find the low clouds spread around me like a canopy. The beautiful rainbow that looked like an arched doorway, the banks of the river Ganges, solitary forests full of divine beauty. These are all some of my favorite haunts while I stay at Uttarkashi." Swamiji's love for nature was so much that it even transcended fear. He would roam about in forests in total divine and fearless abandon. He writes, "Near Uttarkashi is a notoriously dangerous place frequented by leopards. I have passed along this route now and then, all alone, but I have never come across one. Was it because I was too full of sin to have a darshan of the sacred Himalayan leopard? Or was it that the godly Himalayas, knowing of my simple life, kept them out of my way?" After spending 3 weeks at Uttarkashi, Swami Tyagananda reached Gangotri. He stayed there for a week, absolutely immersed in the spiritual magnificence of the Ganga and the natural beauty of its Himalayan setting. He continued by foot to Kedar and Badrinath, and eventually returned to Rishikesh to continue his sadhana. Yes, there were numerous hardships encountered during this trip, but all were overcome thanks to his total faith in the Lord and the ability to see Him as the essence of nature. In his own words, "Now, what is this beauty of nature? It is the same as the divine beauty. Apart from Brahman, nature has no beauty. Even as Purusha and Shakti are inseparable, Brahman and Prakriti are indivisible. He who has realized God finds Him everywhere and in everything. Nothing is except Brahman. Brahman appears under different names and in different forms, and nothing else."
Hari Om Namaskar. We are sure you liked the video. For more such amazing videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel and do not forget to press the bell icon.